What is up, L's and G's? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. Today we've got another card to look over. We have the boss monster revealed for the Speedroid support coming out of the next set. Anyway, its name is Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. It's level 10, and yeah, kind of surprising that we got this first. We got the other two archetypes that are being supported got like 6 cards revealed all at once out the gate. They still probably have 1 card left over, but we'll see what happens from here on. But might as well get into this thing because it is the boss monster. It should be really good. All right, here we go. It's a level 10 Wind Synchro Dragon monster, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense, pretty standard. Its materials are 1 Tuner Synchro plus a non-tuner Clear Wing monster. So actually pretty hefty cost here. You need a Tuner Synchro plus a non-tuner Clear Wing, but actually isn't the end of the world because theoretically you still could... She's climbing up the back of the chair. So like ideally here you're thinking like if it's a Clear Wing, I believe Clear Wing is level 7, so you need a level 3 Tuner Synchro most likely, which does make it a little awkward, but I'm pretty sure they exist. I think Formula is level 2, unfortunately, so like you can't necessarily do like a Hauki Fibrex play, end on like Hauk plus Clear Wing, then Hauk into Formula, and then Formula into that. But I think there's a level 3 as well, that'll also allow you to do that, but I just don't know it off the top of my head. But okay, cool. As for its actual effects, that's what we really care about, right? First effect says, once per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect. Quick effect. You can make this card gain attack equal to that opponent's monster, its original attack, until the end of this turn. And if you do, this card is unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects this turn. Okay, not the craziest thing in the world, but I like that it chains to it. The only downside is like this is going to activate like after like this should, I believe, activate in a new chain link after your opponent's effect already goes through. So if your opponent's like first monster effect is already an effect that can just like take this off the field, you're going to be in trouble. The good news is most decks can't do that. They need to like use an effect or two to get into a monster that's going to remove you, and at that point you will have the protection, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, moving into the second effect, once per turn when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Cool, just a spell and trap negate. Really good. I like that this is just once per turn, not once while it's on the field or anything like that. So every single turn, no spell and trap. At least one, which is really cool. And the third effect, if this synchro summoned card you control is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card, battle, or card effect, you can add 1 wind monster from deck to hand. That's any wind in the entire game or that you're playing in your main deck. That's really solid as well. So I honestly think these effects are pretty good. At first when I read this card, I kind of thought it was lackluster because I was like, oh, okay, it's only spell and trap negation, but not monster negation. But at least this effect, like most decks aren't going to be able to remove you with the first monster effect. They're going to give you an opening for you to just activate this so that you're immune. So think of it this way. You're immune to all monster effects, activated ones at least. And then you have a negation for spell and trap. So whatever your opponent has to try and remove you, if the first monster effect isn't removing you, you're safe from monster effects. And then you're going to have the ability to say no to any one spell or trap that might remove you as well. And even if you do get removed through that stuff, you still float. So I think overall it's a pretty good card. The one thing I am weary of course, is this right here. The fact that it takes a Tuner Synchro plus a Clear Wing. If it was just any tuner and a Clear Wing, I'd be much more about it. I think it's just going to be a question of how easy can Speedroid's combos really facilitate this specifically. We'll obviously see. And the last thing I want to, well, actually 2 things. 2 more things I want to note. What is really nice for Speedroids in general with this card is that Speedroids will normally really easily set up like a Crystal Wing, which is only monster negates. So it is nice that this thing covers the spells and traps because I have seen double Crystal Wing boards just be blown out with like a lightning storm or like any example of just like spell and trap removal, and they just like lose immediately because they have no response for it. This gives you a nice response for it. So you would have like just solid coverage there. The other thing that I want to make note of is it's kind of bad timing, and I'm not sure if Konami really meant to do this, but they're releasing this card with the new floor Synchro in the same set. Keep in mind, the Fleur Synchro is level 10, but completely generic. So you don't have to worry about going into Crystal Wing first or Clear Wing first. You don't have to worry about making sure you're synchroing up with a tuner synchro monster. That other one is just completely generic, which very much so helps our cause here. It means you don't have to play an extra deck slot for Clear Wing, and it means you don't have to it just means you have to jump through less hoops to guarantee you have that tuner synchro on field. Okay, the other thing is the Fleur Synchro monster is an Omni Negate. Spell, trap, and monster. This card is only spells and traps. It does have the protection, so I wouldn't say it's it's completely outclassed in that front. That card can only negate once while it's on the field, so that's obviously a detriment to it, whereas this card can negate once per turn. So obviously that's good. And they both float, so I'm just wondering, the other ones win too, so keep in mind Speedroids lock you into wins. The other monsters win, so that's not a problem there. Like you might say, all the restrictions don't allow you to play the other card. They do. This card could potentially just be outclassed by Floor, or it may just be more convenient to make and not as hard. You have to jump through hoops with Clear Wing and a Tuner Synchro. I don't know. The bottom of the line is going to be, we're going to have to see how the combos work, how easily the deck can actually facilitate this card. And if not, maybe we do go the Floor route. I don't know, but I do think it's a good card. The question at the end of the day is just going to be, how well can the deck facilitate making it consistently, right? So yeah, that's going to do it for me here today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know in the comment section down below how good you think this card is. Do you think the materials make it a little too lofty to make, even though the payoff is pretty solid? Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me hear what you think. You guys probably know more about Speedroids than I do, although I would like to learn more. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. You want to see more news videos, reviews like this one in the future. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.